Hello, students. This is Dr. Julius Ngwensen, and I'm here to answer the question, when should a student work hard? When a student starts a semester, when is the right time to work hard? Okay. So when is the right time to work hard in the semester? Some students choose to work hard from the beginning of the semester. Others, for some reason, choose to work hard only at the end of the semester when it's time to take the final exam. That's when they become more conscious of their grade in the course. So all students fall within these two categories. Let's see how this played out in the grades of two real students, in one from each of these categories. Hopefully that will help you to plan your work. Okay, we call the first student, student A. This student happened to work hard just before the final exam. But before the final exam, the student had taken quizzes, homework assignments, labs, and 4 semester exams. In the quizzes, the student got 80.5 points out of 157 points. So that is a D grade. A D grade. Homework assignments, the student managed 72.6%, earning 101.7 points over 140 points. Laboratory experiments, the student earned 105 over 130 points, 80.8%. That's a B grade right there. 4 semester exams, each of which is 100 points. The student didn't do that well and had an average of 54.8%. This is a D. This is a D grade. No, this is an F grade. It's an F grade right here. Okay, so looking at all the points that the students earned, 526.2, with a total points in the course of 807 points. So calculating the percentage points for the student, you multiply this by 100, comes out to be 65.2%. Okay. The final exam, 150 points. So it's slightly bigger than the semester exams of 100 points each. Let's assume that this student is in a situation where he or she needs to have a perfect score, 150 over 150. This is what student A got before the final. You add 150 to that. This was the total points before the final. You add 150 points to that. So total points earned will be 676.2 over the total points in the course, 957. Multiply that by 100 to get the percent points. Gives you 70.7%. This is barely a C grade. Okay. Now ask yourself the question, what are the chances of student A getting a perfect score looking at the history of the student before the final exam? What are the chances? Even if the student gets 100%, in the final, they will barely get a C, but the chances are very slim. Needless to tell you that student A failed in the course. This is a situation that I call working hard too late. Let's look at student B, working hard early. Student B took quizzes, homework assignments, laboratory experiments, and 4 semester exams. In the quizzes, student B almost got everything, 95.6%. Homework assignment, student B did everything very well and earned 97.4%. Laboratory experiments, student B was very diligent and 97.3%. Exams, 4 semester exams, 100 points each. Student B got an A grade in each of them, giving an average of 95.3%. So coming into the final, student B has earned 794.9 points. Okay, multiply that by 100 and divide by the total number of points gives 98.5%. Student B is standing on a very strong A grade before the final exam. Final exam, 150 points. Now, let's calculate how many points student B needs to get in order to earn an A in the course. Okay. An A grade is 90%. So you add 150 points to the points before the final to give you a total of 957 points in the course. And an A grade should be at least 90%. So this will be 90 over 100 times the total number of points in the course. So somebody needs, or any student in the class would need at least 861.3 points to earn an A grade in the course. In the particular case of student B, this student has already earned 794.9 points. So you subtract that from what is needed to have an A grade. So that student B needs 66.4 points. We are talking about 66.4 points over 150 in the final exam. Convert that to percentage. Student B needs to have 44% in the final to have an A grade in the course. 44%, in case you don't know, this is an F grade. So if student B comes into the final and things happen to go really bad, this student still has a very high chance of earning an A in the course. And looking at the history of student B right here, you would agree with me that even if student B comes to the final without preparing, this student would definitely have an A grade in the course. Now, why was student B able to find himself or herself in this situation where they don't need to labor too hard in the end in order to have an A in the course? It's what I call the benefits of working hard. Benefits of working hard early. So you work hard early, you relax at the end. If you don't work hard early, you'll be stressed out in the end. So when is the right time to work hard in the semester? From the beginning or at the end? You agree with me that you need to work hard from the beginning of the semester. Second question, can the final exam alone produce a miracle for you? Certainly no, because the final exam doesn't carry everything. Before I leave you, let's answer this question. What's the worth of 1% points? You would hear students say, oh, I failed the course by 1% or 1 point, and the professor could not pass me in that course. He or she wasn't very nice to me. And you see students really getting angry about this. How much is 1% point worth? Consider two situations. One, a student got a total of 670 points over the total number of points in the course, 957, multiplied by 100, gives you 70.0%. That is the bottom line of a C grade. Another student got 660 points, divided by the total number of points in the course, multiplied by 100, that gives you 69%. That is the top line of a D grade. What is the difference in these 2 percentage points? It is 1%. But what is the difference in the actual points that they got? It's 10 points. And you know what these 10 points mean? One homework assignment is worth 10 points. One experiment is worth 10 points. And maybe you are not that good of a student that you would earn all the 10 points in one homework assignment or all the 10 points in one experiment. So this may even be more for you. Okay. So don't just be angry that you failed the course by 1% points. No, that's not the full picture of what happened. You actually failed by 10 points. Lesson learned. Don't ignore anything. Don't ignore anything. Get all your homework assignments done to the best of your ability. Get all your laboratory experiments done to the best of your ability. Prepare very well for your semester exams and get the most points you can. Okay. So conclusions. Start working hard early. Hit the ground running. There's no time to waste. Anytime you waste, those are points flying out through the window. So don't ignore even a seemingly small portion in your course. Get all your assignments done. Get all your labs done. I hope you start your semester very well and give it your best effort. Blessings, Dr. Julius Ngwensen. Okay, bye.